to choose either one or two. Shiva sir, please start recording.
Sure, ma'am.
Let's have next scenario. It's, would you rather choose having a dirt house or a child in dirt? So would you have a dirt house or a child in dirt? Okay, so our next scenario is, would you rather yell at your child in public or the child yelling at you in public? I repeat this scenario. So, would you rather yell at my child? So, I'm considering my child. So, would I rather choose yelling at my child in public or child yelling at me in public? Welcome, Geetha ma'am. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Geetha ma'am. So I would like to warmly welcome our guest speaker, Dr. Geetha Challa ma'am.
Hi, I was on mute. I was not able to unmute myself. I was not allowed. Thank you. Thank you for unmuting. Boliye, boliye.
Welcome, ma'am. So, Geetha ma'am is a founder director of Manojagruthi and Sudisha Counseling Center, child and adolescent psychologist, and also an advisory board member of Fly Holistic Schools. Thank you, ma'am, for giving us your valuable time.
Thank you.
So
Thank
I
you.
have
So,
already.
sorry, 30 seconds.
Yes, sir.
We are getting some resound. Mom, ma'am, if you are in the same room, can you relocate to another room? Somewhere we are getting that resound. Yeah, please go ahead, ma'am.
Yes.
It's fine. I think, yeah, it's sorted. It's challenged with my YouTube is open and this was also open. Sorry about it. Please go ahead. Now the stage is all set. Over to you, Priyanshu ma'am. Take over with Geetha Challa ma'am. Yeah.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. So I would like to repeat the few netiquettes with you all again. I request each and every participant, please be with us for the entire session. I request all the participants to switch on the camera throughout the session. You all will be on mute so that to avoid the distractions. We have a separate question and answer round. So kindly raise your hand or you can use the icon and we will be coming back to you for your answering part. You can type your questions in the chat box also. We will try to answer all your doubts. Before we have started, Geetha ma'am, we had one quiz with all the participants. So we have given some scenarios. So they have to select either one or second scenario they want to be in. So I will be sharing some scenarios what we have told asked from the parents. So one was 1 hour of me time. Would you rather choose 1 hour of me time every day or child eating his food without a fuss? So majority answers came the second one, the child eating his food without a fuss. So second was, ma'am, your mental peace. Would you rather choose your mental peace or being called a good parent? So as such that they all have chosen a good parent. Third was the child coming, we are sending the child late to school or sending junk food to school. So as parents, they have chosen sending the child late to the school. Uh, Fourth one was having a dirty house or a child in dirt. So it was a tie like both of them they have chosen like house can be a dirty or child in a dirt. So these four I have shared with them. Now I would like to so let's all take advantage of this opportunity to learn together with you, ma'am. Now over to you, Geetha, ma'am.
Right. So thank you so much. And I actually appreciate the Fly School management, Chandu and Geetha, because being a management of a school, looking into academics becomes the first priority in general. But I saw this management looking into the 360 degrees of a child. They're not only bothered about academics, they're also bothered about many things, many parts of the child's life. I really appreciate both of you. And I look at this as an opportunity to learn from you people, get something, and also share my knowledge with you people. So as I was informed, I will speak for 15 minutes and then take questions. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh? Right. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. So as today's topic was, managing your stress and, making the parenting as a joyful journey. Who don't want that? Every parent want it. Hannah?
Yes.
Every one of us want our journey with our children should be very happy and joyful. But which is, again, according to me, as a psychologist, I would say it's an irrational, thought. Looking at a joyful journey with the children, because it's never joyful. It's never joyful as you think if it is 100% joyful. I'm not trying to say that it's not joyful. What I'm trying to say is it's not 100% joyful. Definitely we want it, but parenting itself is challenging. Parenting by itself is challenging because you sort out one thing today, next day he or she will come up with the other thing. बच्चे आते हैं ना, you sort out his education part, and the next day he will hurt himself and come. The other day you have done the first aid, and the next day he'll fight with another friend and come. Amma, he's fighting with me. So there is no ending. I have my kid. My both the kids 26 and 27 years, but still I'm a parent. I'm a mother. I have challenges every day. So what I'm trying to portray in the beginning in the 1 minute is stress is an integral part of parenting. there is no zero stress. First of all, let's understand, no zero stress. If you are aiming at zero stress, हमको stress नहीं चाहिए, नहीं होता वैसा. But good news is there are two types of stress. It's not stress is always bad. Stress can be good and bad. So stress sometimes is eustress. Eustress is something which is good for us, good for everybody and parent also. And distress is something very bad. So what happens is generally people ask me, ma'am, what is the major difference between eustress and distress? Eustress is you are stressed out about something which can be controlled, which is in your hands. But if you're stressed out about something which is not in your control, that becomes the distress. So there are, in general, people confuse. Let me give clarity before we get into the topic. First, before you ask the questions, there is a lot of difference between stress, tension, anxiety, worry. All are different, but we look at all of them in the same way. So stress actually is in the present. Present is when the child is not eating, you feel stressed. He's not eating, he's not completing the box. His handwriting is not good and you're worried about handwriting. Or his behavior with the next child is not good. He's not following the rules, not getting up early in the morning. That's a major problem now. Small things. But really we are worried. So stress comes in the present. Good. We understood. But I'll give you the scenario just to, try to imagine. There is a parent who is stressed out about child's waking up early in the morning is stress. Time nahi hota, late hota hai school ko, all those stuff. But there is a mother or father who started worrying about how his habits would be, how he will become disciplined, when he will learn all these things. This is worry. But there is another parent who started visualizing the child's life very worst. I don't think he'll study. He'll become disciplined. One day he'll drop out from the school or sometime. So they are thinking very far. That is anxiety. That is anxiety. Or, the balloon, up balloon blow karte na, so that will be blown and it will become very huge. So when the balloon is full, you see the tightness, right? Sometimes your brain or mind will become like that. Blown balloon. Nahi ho raha mere se. It's too pressure. Jada pressure ho raha mera. That is tension. That is tension. You take lot of pressure. That is tension. You see lot of difference. Stress is different. Worry is different. Anxiety is different. Stress is different. So why do parents have stress? Generally, parents have stress because of few things. Not everything will stress out, but major things. I have, I just thought a few things in my mind, which actually are major reasons of stress. The first, according to me, the important trigger of the stress are expectations on the child. We have a lot of expectations on the child. So there was again, I think I mentioned sometime in many other programs I mentioned. So when we give a paper, now I don't think I can take much time, but if I ask you to write expectations on your child, what is it you're expecting from your child? How much the list would be? Roughly numbers? Number bolo na?
Please write in the chat box,
Chat
parents.
box. Abhi likhna hai to time lagta hai, so I don't want to do that. When I come for a physical workshop with you or physical program, you can have with me. That time we will do that. But
So 10, 7.
roughly 10. Yeah.
10.
Chat box. Use the chat box. I'm just checking it.
Some of them are writing 4.
4,
Two.
5, 2, 5,
3 to
7. All good parents, fly school ka. Below 10. But let me tell you, there are parents who write 30, 40. I have a worksheet with me, which I give in the parenting counseling, existing and expected behavior checklist. So they write minimum 25 to 30. If I give you paper, I think you also will write. Thoda mask laga raha acha parent ka. Okay. So expectations of the parents about the child puts you into stress. Can we have some examples in the chat box? Generally, how expectation will, induce stress? One example from your end, and then I'll give you some examples.
Exam pressure.
Should study well.
Yes.
Should not have any pressure of exams. Should get up in the morning. These are expectations. My child should go to school on time. Go to school on time. Yeah, very good. Should not lose anything in the school. Please think about you losing how many things in your schoolhood. Take care of academics, behavior. Should win prizes in every game. Am I right? Every game he should be winning. No losing. Score good marks. Eating themselves and also eating the complete box, whatever stuff you give. पका हुआ नहीं हुआ कुछ भी अम्मा दिया तो the child should eat. Good. So okay. So point is expectations. Actually, we can write a book on expectations. If I see my case histories only on expectations, I can write 365 pages of book, because but that is actually putting you in distress. So you can ask me, ma'am, so we should not have expectations on the child? No expectations? No, we can. But are they rational? Do you have rational expectations on the child or irrational expectations on the child? Are we looking at them as a child or grown adult? I am actually a little biased towards children. I am not towards parents. I generally take side of kids. Being a child psychologist, it's my way of work. But parents ka nahi leta because they are very young. They are growing. Yes, there may be problems. There may be issues. But still, they can be sorted out. Not getting into stress. I'll tell you one example, very interesting story. All the time I say, there were 4 people sitting in the restaurant and suddenly cockroach came and all of them were shouting, yelling. 4 of them were, 3 of them were shouting, yelling and throwing the food, shouting on the manager's stuff. But the last fellow took the empty glass and then try to, capture or put the cockroach under the glass. Now tell me, what is the difference between these 3 people who were shouting, yelling and reacting, and then this fellow who was calmly did the thing? Same thing, no? Cockroach is same, food is same, restaurant is same, that feeling of awkwardness is same, everything is same. But the reaction was different. What made the difference? Solution focused person, very good. Some people have fear. Yeah, immediate reaction. Good. See, this is called reaction or response. Reaction or response. So when you are into stress, are you reacting or responding makes all the difference in child's life. This week, actually, I'm spending time with a lady who came from US, young mother, and she came like 1 week back. I'm trying to spend time because she's my sister's daughter. So that lady that girl has young daughter, around 10 months daughter. But so amazing to see her. Yesterday, I was literally, trying to admire that girl. The way she's talking to the girl, 8 months baby. 8 months girl ko, she was handling so nicely. I'll tell you 2-3 examples because they are really struck in my mind. When that girl actually put the toy, which toys the, and she kept outside the window. She throw the toys outside. What is our reaction? हमारा reaction क्या होता है if the child is throwing something from the window? Tell me. Can you show me also? You can show your body language also. हाँ, इतना अच्छा आराम से बोलते हैं क्या? हाँ, yell, shout, see the face, round, orange color, red color, shouting, yelling, trying to hold the baby. No, नहीं कर सकते ऐसा. So your body language, your eyes, everything changes. But that's so sweet, that girl. She said that girl's name is Viha. So she said, Vihu, it's okay. Huh? She said, Vihu, it's okay, beta. That's fine. Mama will bring it. Mama will bring it. So I bought it. See, that the way we respond to the situation. Now tell me, what happens if the parent is into stress? Let us take this small example. The child throws something. It's not so young. Anything can happen. So when you react, what would be the mindset or psychology of the child? Where he will go? If you are reacting in such a way, shouting, yelling, and all the responses which you gave in the chat box. How the child will develop? He will be stressed. Definitely he'll be stressed. With your stress, his stress will be 50% extra. Good answer. Good answer. The nice answer you gave someone. He or she becomes scared, insecure. So his psychological environment will be disturbed. He cannot actually have that freedom of doing something. So that scared feeling will develop in the personality of the child, and he will not be able to freely do things. Always he have that insecurity. If I do this, what will happen? If I do that, what will happen? Tell me. Your reaction, you are stressed out, I understand, but your stress is resulting into the deformity in the personality of a child. He is not able to grow properly, grow healthy, grow completely. And in every situation, the way you talk, the way you respond to child's behavior makes all the difference. I'm not denying that you do not have stress. I know that you feel stress, but still the way you respond, the way you react makes all the difference. So first, maybe tip for you, adjust your expectations. The first tip of the day, right? Please adjust your expectations on your child. If they are rational expectations, there is nothing like that. Number one. Number two, second tip I would like to give you is do not react, respond to the situation. Do not react, respond to the situation. And after expectations, one more thing, the one more culprit which actually puts you into stress is comparing with others. Comparison. For everything you compare. With the family, the other outside family, in the community. अरे Facebook पे भी देखते आप, Facebook पे भी देखते, YouTube में भी देखते, yeah, you've seen the shots also. Hey, that child was so nice speaking. He was narrating the shlokas. Why not my child? Everywhere you compare. But please understand, your child is a unique piece. You cannot compare your child with anybody on this earth. You cannot find anybody like your child. And he's a complex human being with limitations and strengths. The child is a complex being with limitations and, strengths. So never ever compare your child in anything with other child, not even with the younger child or elder child. No, nahi hota waisa. It is not possible. Both the kids are entirely different. I have two kids. They're entirely different the way, and I am the same person. Things are same, but they are entirely different. Their personality is different. Their interests are different. Their communication is different. This is a fact. This is a fact. Every child is different. Second thing, no comparison. Third tip, next tip is no comparison. Never compare with the child. Once you compare, you are into stress. Your child got 60 marks. and the next child got 65 marks. Immediately you start comparing. वो उनको तो 65 आया, मेरा child को नहीं आया, बच्चा को नहीं आया. So you start comparing. Now, the reason or the major factor for one more factor which I see is multiple roles we are playing. We should look from your end also. I know that we are not the old parents where like that time parent who only have child, nothing to do, only घर का काम कर लेते थे and बच्चा को देखते थे, and शाम को 5 o'clock the husband will come back. It's like the old version of family. But now you see, you have multiple roles to play. You have multiple things to play, and we are goal directed nowadays, and we want to achieve something in our life. We have too many, many things in our mind. In this, what happens is when you have multiple things which are there in front of you, small thing also will become a bigger thing for you. I'll give you a small example. I cannot demonstrate physically here, but still I'm telling you, imagine that I'm holding 3 books in my hand. Imagine 3 books are there, bada books. 3 books are there, and you try to put one more book. It's okay. I took it. You kept 6th book, 7th book, and it's too heavy for me. I'm not able to hold it now. After 7th book, if you ask me, ma'am, I will keep 100 pages notebook. Then what is my response? No, I cannot bear it. See, I am holding 7 big books, but now I am not able to take a single 100 pages notebook because I am done. That's what's happening in our life. We are all pent up. We are into multiple things. Our energy is over. That's where a small trigger of a child, a small action of a child, small behavior issue of a child is triggering you or putting you into stress. My humble request is, please keep some space for your child. You cannot become overwhelming. You cannot become full before even you spare time for your child. You have all your roles. We respect them, but still have a space for a child. Don't take it for granted. बच्चों का पालन करना easy नहीं है. उतना easy नहीं है what we are thinking, and we just take it for granted. हो जाएगा, अरे हमारा बच्चा, हमारा अम्मा पापा ने किया, grandmother ने किया, we are also doing. नहीं, तब तो ऐसा नहीं था दुनिया. It was not similar. There is a difference in the generation. There is a difference in the IQ levels of the child. There is a difference in the society. Many things changed. So have some space for your child. So you are not into stress. What I'm trying to say, when you have space, when you are giving enough energy, automatically your ability to bear with the child will increase. One more point I thought of telling you is, stress generally about the child is okay to some extent. If something happening with the child, you are into stress is okay to some extent. But do you know, there is a word called displacement. Displacement. So we are stressed somewhere else in life and we are bringing that stress onto child. So bad. So bad. Displacement. So it's not actually about the child, but we are not able to be with the child and take care of him because you are stressed out somewhere else. In the relationship, at office or somewhere else, in the business or whatever it is. So this is very bad. Or this is not expected of a parent when you're doing the displacement. Please understand, whenever you are feeling stress, please understand, ask one question. Am I stressed because of the child or because of something else? Okay. So small awareness. I think today I was listening to one, video of one good person. So he was telling one thing. Awareness is the first step. Awareness is the first step. Then comes the change. आपको change होना है, or if you want to change the child, that all comes later. Only the first thing today is only awareness of your stress. Become aware of your stress. Where from my stress is coming? Please understand where from your stress is coming. Management will come later. So your parenting will be very joyful. As mentioned by Chandu, he put, generally, people give the, negative titles. Sort of, the words which are like stress about, stress management, anger management, those titles are given. But today's webinar, beautifully he made, usko thoda hata ke, joyful journey banayenge. Joyful banana hai to stress pe ऊपर काम करना है, but he hided that. Beautiful way of titling. I learned from him today. It was very beautiful the way he was putting that. आपने अभी अच्छा लगा ना joyful journey, अरे अच्छा लगेगा webinar. But what I'm speaking is stress only again. So this is the way we need to understand. And next, one more important thing about stress would be the relationship between the husband and wife. Relationship between the husband and wife. Because mother and father are two wheels of the vehicle, two wheels of your family. So when there is a disharmony, when there is a, coordination acha nahi rehta, then there the problem starts. Many a times what happens, the difference of opinion, conflict between the parents become actual factor for the stress. It's not actually the child's problem, it is your relationship problem. So these are all small things, look simple, but please get into your stress, understand whether it is our problem or child's problem. I'll tell you one very good example. There were like husband and wife. The wife want her daughter to wear modern dresses because she brought up in such a way. And husband doesn't like it because he was into conservative family. And there was a huge fight. Mostly whenever they are going out, whenever it is a function, there will be a fight in the family. And the child got confused. She got confused. She doesn't know whether to wear this dress or that sort of dresses because Amma is telling this, Papa is telling this. What to do? She was confused. Aisa fighting hota kya hua malum? That went to an extent that where the child stopped responding to both of them. Stopped responding to both of them and withdrawn into self. 12 साल का बच्ची है, but she stopped. She started showing negative symptoms. Depression में चले गई. There was huge fights in the family. And when she came to me, I, with one of the counselor is taking the sessions, one co-counselor with me. Abhi to 5 session ho gaya, but still the child is only crying in the session. Nothing else she's telling us. She's just crying in the session. Nothing else she's telling. She's able to just say that I'm not happy in the family. I'm not happy at my place. I don't feel secure. Very pathetic, no? Very pathetic. So, last, and then I'll take questions. Last point. If you want to take care of your child, if you want to handle or manage the stress of child or manage the life of a child, first, you should manage your stress. You should manage your emotions. You should understand yourself. You should have a healthy mindset, healthy emotions. Then you will be able to take care of the child. So, I want you people to work on your emotions. Work on your emotions. There are so many emotions which are there with us. We just go with them in the life. Some people have sadness, some people have anger, some people have jealousy. Just now I took a session, just now before you logged in, I was another session. Jealous between the husband and wife. See, kidhar ja rahe, where we are going, where we are heading. How the children will look at them. Parents ko kya dekhte bhai? Husband and wife mein jealous chal raha hai. So, all these negative emotions, you need to address them, understand them, work on them, manage them. It's not zero emotions or no negative emotions. There will be emotions, but please handle them, manage them, control them. Automatically, a good parent, healthy parent will give a life to the child, healthy life. A happy parent will give a happy life for the child. है ना? Stressful parent will give a stressful lifestyle for a child. You decide what you want to give. Okay, it's in your hands, and I'm open for questions. I think in question answers, I will tell you more, so I stop myself. I have a very bad habit of speaking more. Hold myself. Over to management, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Now, I would like to invite parents. Please ask questions in the chat box, or if you want to speak, you can raise your hand. Shiva sir, please unmute Adi Bhavani sir.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Yeah, I just wanted to know that how to handle an aggressive child and also reduce the screen time of that child, because after non-stop telling to switch off the TV, or he's so addicted to one game and another games, so he's not able to switch off the TV, and I have to snatch the remote and then I have to switch off the TV, and then he's beating me. He's going completely aggressive, and I'm not doing anything. I'm just staying calm. I sometimes I also shout, I also shout. I agree that, but I want to manage his screen time, ma'am. Because once I switch off the TV, he'll run towards my phone, and if I will not give my phone, he'll run towards his grandmother phone. So I want to reduce. How can I reduce the screen time, and how can I stop his aggressiveness after that? Thank you.
So, definitely I'll answer your question. So, first thing we should understand is anger is a secondary emotion. That aggressiveness, what you're talking, is not the primary emotion. That is a secondary emotion which is coming from boredom. So when you are not giving the TV or whatever gadget, he's feeling bored, and from there the anger is coming. So to actually work on him or help him, we should help him to manage or to help him to come out of that boredom. So his way of getting pleasure is the TV or mobile. He's happy with it. What is the role of parent here? We should actually give the alternatives for the TV or to the mobile, which is more joyful than that. Because it is giving pleasure, I'm watching it. If you show me something else which is joyful more than that, definitely I will do that. But we as a parent are failing to give them the activities which are more pleasurable. Number one thing. The second thing is age of the child. All of you mentioned the age of the child before you ask me question, Andy. Age matters a lot. What is the age? The parent who was asking question. What is the age of the child?
Disha ma'am. Disha, Darsh,
Yes, yes, ma'am. The elder one is 9 years old, and other one is 5 years old.
No,
And both of them.
Who is
I'm
showing this
talking
behavior?
the younger one, ma'am. And elder one has started the games and all, and he is so addicted. Now the younger one is also addicted to that. He always wants to do what his elder brothers does. So he is doing exactly the same thing what his elder brother is doing, ma'am. So I just want to reduce this.
Now, yes, ma'am. So first of all, let us understand, a child following the elder child is normal or abnormal?
No, it's completely normal.
Completely normal. So whatever your elder child is doing, your younger child will do. But now I have a question, where from this your elder child is following? Whom the elder child is following?
I don't know, ma'am. Because
Who
he's
is
the one
watching the TV? Who is watching the TV?
No, both, ma'am, both of them. He
Only both
started.
of them, no elders in the family watch TV?
No. They watch TV, but they do not watch those games and all. They
So
are
you watch
watching
something
ghost
interesting
stories
to you. You watch something interesting to you, they watch something interesting to them.
I don't watch TV, ma'am, but other people watch TV, like other serials and all. Yes, of course. But they watch other than that only, ma'am. And
Two things, ma'am, to make the question answer very quicker, because let's talk to more parents.
yes,
Two things. One is, every behavior actually is role modeled. Role modeling. Imitation and identification are secrets of any behavior. So the child is imitating or identifying himself with something else, someone else in the family. There is no question about it. Number
okay,
two, availability of the gadget makes all the difference. So you
okay,
can have filters in it. Completely zero availability, 50%
oh,
availability, having a phone without the Wi-Fi, having the TV only with Doordarshan, I don't know, I'm just telling you. So this is the layers or segments of availability. So when something is available, it's easy to, approach and watch it. So you can handle this also. And the last one, which is very effective, is alternative activities for the child. Planning some alternatives, creating something very interesting in the house. Ma'am, one question can I ask you? Do you have a library in the house?
no, ma'am. I personally read books. I have a
Why,
small
ma'am?
library in
Reading
my home. No,
corner.
no, not in house. In my room, I have some books.
So I request you to have a nice study, reading corner, book corner for the child, art corner for the child, physical play corner for the child. See, house can be very small. Corner, I doesn't mean you need to have a special room for it. घर में एक जगह कोने पे लगा सकते हैं आप. So more, when the child see those things, the alternative activities, definitely धीरे धीरे होता है, एक दिन में नहीं होता. But
Yes, 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 yes.
one thing you mentioned, the child is becoming physical, he's beating you, you need to be
Yes.
very careful. It crossed the line already. So I want you to be more careful and understand more and work with the child,
Okay, ma'am.
because the child is very energetic. When you
Yes,
say,
ma'am, he is. He is
so
energetic and he is like getting easily bored. I have also given him painting. बस 5-10 मिनट करता है मैम फिर छोड़
because
देता
the
है.
child is very energetic, the child is losing interest in activity within minutes, so you need to plan more.
मैम
हाँ मैम, नहीं होता मैम, that's a problem.
नहीं ऐसे नहीं मैम. Actually, I also have a joint family.
ज्यादा
I'm a homemaker, so I cannot like afford full time, right? So
मैंने बोला ना,
that's why.
मेरा पहला लेक्चर वही था, too many roles, no space for child. टाइम लगा दीजिए मैम.
Yes, ma'am.
बच्चा बड़ा होने के बाद कुछ नहीं कर सकते. As a child grow, you cannot handle him. अभी टाइम दे दो उसको. ठीक है?
ठीक है
Thank you.
मैम. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
We'll take some other questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Chapan, yeah. Anybody else? Do we have someone else asking questions?
Shiva sir, please unmute them. They are raising their hands, so yeah.
Asha, someone wrote the question here.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Actually, my child is 8 years old, and she's very good at art and craft. While she's participating in competition, he's not at all winning. That makes her very low. Whenever she want to do something, she's having that only in mind. Like, what are the things to overcome it?
So she's good in art, but she's not winning something, some
Yes.
competition.
Like out of she's participating in 100 and 200 participants. At the time she's expecting, if she's not winning, she's getting very low.
My question is, she is not able to win all the time, or she wins sometime?
Sometimes
So what is the expectation of the child on herself?
she want to win every.
Now, is it rational? Is it rational?
No.
No. So you need to work on her mindset first.
Okay.
You need to work on her mindset where it is not possible to win all the time. Help her to understand winning and losing both are okay. And losing also teach something. So in those lines, you need to educate your child, because life is very big. We never know what comes next. So she should be ready to face it. So
Okay.
it's not about, having life all the time, winning and, success and stuff. The beauty is when you are same, when you remain same, when something goes wrong, that's the beauty of life. So teach her that life skills. We call them as life skill training.
Okay.
Life skill training देना है आपको.
Okay. And one more thing, as you said, don't shout in front of a like crowd or group. If you are not shouting and if you are not shouting for 4-5 times, they might took lenience now, ma'am. What should we do for that?
Where you are shouting, I didn't understand.
You said that we should not have shout on crowd, like group of people. We are not going to shout on kids, ma'am.
Yeah, no.
If you are not shouting on kids for 3-4 times in crowd, if they do mess also, but sometimes they may take that one as a lenience, no, ma'am. What should we do?
So you mean to say that shouting is the good way which can help the child?
No.
No, right? See, when you know that it's not the right way, there is another way you can do. You find alternatives. You think about how differently you can handle the child, but not actually shouting. There could be behavior, we call them as behavior management techniques or behavior modification techniques. Search for it, understand or learn from someone. So behavior modification techniques are there. There are so many techniques which can help the child to modify the behavior. So try to use, every technique doesn't suit all the children. So you can actually trial and error में आपको मालूम होता है कि which technique is helping.
Okay, ma'am.
But shouting is definitely not a right way. That actually hinders the self-esteem of the child. At a point, the child will become low confident child.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm reading the question which is there in the chat box. My elder son, who is 11 years old, is not able to make friends when he goes down to play in the apartment. So he gets very upset and now like he does not want to go to play. He just want to sit at home and loves doing craft work. He says I enjoy doing this. Please let me do. Don't send me down. But I feel playing is also equal important. I am forcing him to go down. Am I doing right? The question is from
Do we
Dipti
have the
Mohata.
parent here? Do we have the parent here?
Yeah, let me see, ma'am. Dipti, ma'am, are you there? Yeah, ma'am, she's there.
So can you give me the gist of your question? It is like little length.
Shiva sir, please unmute Dipti, ma'am.
Yeah, please raise your hand now.
If you can ask the question, it would be great. Otherwise, I can answer. But yeah.
Yes, go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, my eldest son is 11 years old, and what happens, like whenever he goes downstairs to play with friends, but he's not able to make friends, and that is where he gets, I don't know for what reason he's not able to make that, and he gets really frustrated about it. And when he comes back home, he always comes back crying. So now he doesn't want to go. He says that, Mama, I don't want to play with them. I just want to be at home, and he actually loves doing craft works a lot. So he really enjoys doing it, and he loves to play with blocks and all those stuff. So he sits at home and he can play with hours and hours with that.
Okay.
So he said, let me do this and let me enjoy. I don't want to go down. Don't force me to go.
And you are worried
I
about it.
sometimes force him, but I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So maybe again the question comes, did you observe what is happening with the children, other children? Did you ever observe what is going on when he's in the group?
Yeah, he feels sometimes I went with him together, like, okay, let us go together and let's see, we will play together. Sometimes I did this also. I found that some of the friends are like, like they're fighting or they're using abusive words, and he doesn't like at all, shouting or talking any kind of abusive words. He says, Mama, मेरे को ये सब अच्छा नहीं लगता. मेरे को ये सब बोलना भी नहीं अच्छा लगता. I don't want to listen also. People shout and scream like anything. I don't want to play. So he comes back home.
Acha. Okay. And did you, it's like you both went together and observe. Did you ever observe him like from hiding somewhere or ऐसा observe किए क्या?
Kindly pardon?
My question is, did you observe the child when he is with the friends?
Yeah. 2-3 times I have seen him.
Ah.
I was standing somewhere else and I was just observing him. Actually, what is the matter? Like, why he is not able to, he doesn't want to go. What is bothering him? So
Yeah.
I found that, like, like he is little different from, like, he's a very soft spoken person. He doesn't like any kind of bad words or, like any kind of some sort of tricky things. And if someone play a tricks on him, he feels like, that someone is playing trick on me. I don't want to be with that kind of person. So in that mode he is.
Make me co-host if possible. Make me co-host. That helps me. I'm just muting myself. Okay. So, ma'am, we need to look into this in a different way. If the child is not able to tolerate the shoutings or yelling, or he's sensitive to fights and he's not able to mingle with the child, social skills sikhana padega, number one. And number two, is he sensitive to other sensory inputs also? Sound, light, or touch, irritated with the touch. Aisa kuch hai?
No, nothing like that.
Nothing. He's social skills को check करना पड़ेगा, and if possible basic screening करना पड़ेगा उसको. So then I can give you answer.
Okay.
Hmm?
Sure.
But as you said, when the child just doesn't want to mingle with the other children and want to sit at home, you cannot continue like that. You need to understand what is going wrong. Because ऐसा हुआ तो introvert बन जाएगा and socially थोड़ा aloof बन जाएगा. So better you need to work on his social skills. But before even that, we need to screen his, social ability or social quotient. We call it as SQ. SQ को measure
But one thing which I felt, that he gets very easily mingled up with elders. Like he has a group of elders who play with him downstairs for the badminton tournaments and matches. He plays with the elders and not with the kids. So I am really surprised that elder people are coming and they are making a group with him, and they are calling him they're coming to our home and they're calling him, wait, please come with us. We will play for a badminton match. So they are taking him, but the kids of his age are not taking him. So that is where he's enjoying their company also.
Sometimes it could be a case where the child's IQ is very high. He could be a gifted child. Gifted children are children who has more IQ than 110. So those children actually doesn't mingle with the same age group children. They love to play with the elder children, and they'll be more fast. So matured. So if that is the case, there also check करना पड़ेगा आपको IQ levels, and then you need to work on his gifted nature, because his energy is more, his IQ is more, his abilities are more. So if you do not channelize, he will actually waste them in a wrong direction. ऐसा भी होता है. So for that also you need to understand that.
Okay. Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to call Adi Bhavan, sir. He is having one question. Shiva, sir, please unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. You're audible.
Thank you for the opportunity, ma'am. I'm unmarried and I don't have a child, but I'm an educator. So I have a list of questions, but I will ask most important thing, which is bothering me, ma'am. So children are staying for a very less time with the parents and more time with the school and the teachers. And is it the responsibility of us, the teachers, to do the parenting thing, or is it only the responsibility of the parents? And if it is so, recently there is an issue, ma'am. One of the Bangalore CEO, a female CEO, she killed her own son because she was in stress. And parents are not having enough time. So it becomes the responsibility of a teacher to do the parenting thing. And how can a teacher in a class do the parenting for a large number of students in a very less span of time?
So I will decode. You have still questions?
Yes,
We'll
ma'am.
hold
This
on.
is
We'll
one
hold
part,
on.
and the second part
I
is
need to answer.
uh,
Wait.
okay,
I need
okay.
to have the questions in my mind, one by one. So first, I'll decode your questions. You were asking around 5 questions almost. So the number one question is that one lady killed her son or something. You said, what is the age of the child?
Oh, I'm not sure, ma'am. 7 or between less than 7, I think.
It could be less than 7. So first, I want, because we are in a live show, many people are listening to both of us, the question answer session and stuff. So first thing, let me tell you that it is not because of stress she killed. It could be a disorder. It could be a mental health issue. There could be another serious issue which is there. It's not a normal behavior killing a child. Just because someone is stressed, that doesn't, take to that hasty decision of, doing that. So let us, divide this topic with that. Killing this child, her own child, could be she is having psychosis, postnatal depression, postpartum psychosis, or she is having some delusion disorders, or she is a schizophrenia client, or she could have some personality disorders. So we need to check those things. So let's not consider that as question here. Just delete it. Number one. Okay. So the other one, you said parents do not have time to, take care of the children. So can we think that teachers can do that? So as you said, it would be ideal if teachers can do that. But now, but let us understand. I actually asked very straightforward question. Whose children are those? किसका बच्चा है वो लोग? टीचर का है या टीचर्स का बच्चा है या पेरेंट्स का बच्चा है?
Parents.
But then why teacher should parent? Parent is parent, teacher is teacher. Teacher is meant for teaching, and parent is meant for parenting. She cannot do the parenting. Straightforward answer. She should not also. She will teach academics, she will teach life skills, she will teach manners, XYZ. But she doesn't actually replace the parent. Parent is entirely different, and parent should do or take the role of parenting. Parent ko karna padega. And one more thing you said, more time the children are spending at school. I'm not sure. Not all schools are doing that. Only that corporate chunk of schools, they are keeping the child from morning to evening. But otherwise, the children are staying around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. I don't know what is your timings, but morning 9 to 3 to 45 or 3 o'clock. That's it, right? So then if that comes to 7 hours or 6 hours, whatever it is, 24 hours may minus kar lo. So what is left is very large chunk of time. So it's a generalized statement that kids are at school, more time is spent in the school. No, which is wrong statement. Kids are at home, more time. More access to child is there because you have 2 kids, 1 kid. The time also you see, if some amount of time teacher is spending it into 40 children, that you divide among that, it will become minutes. But if a parent is having 1 child, 2 children, the hours will actually grow bigger and bigger. So these calculations to be done. And again, very, very specifically, parents should do the parenting, teacher should do the teaching. Any other questions? You are welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, you
So there
said
is a
you're not parent, right? आपको
No.
मैरिज नहीं हुआ अभी, तो किसके बारे में पूछ रहे आप क्वेश्चंस?
My students.
यू आर अ टीचर?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, आपका मैरिज होने के बाद यही क्वेश्चन पूछना आप. हाँ, now you don't have children, you no have wife, you have enough time, तो करेंगे आप. Just kidding. Tell me.
So, ma'am, one of the parent, I heard that this conversation. The kid is talking to his parent and saying that I lost this match. We were playing Coco. So the kid was saying to the mother that I lost this match. Then she asked, "Oh, the other kid, the Nihal, did he win?" Then he said, "Yes, ma. Yes, ma. He won the match." Then she was saying like he is always winning in that match. You should definitely beat him, and he is like doing better than you. Like you should not allow that. You should first stay back and make friends with some other one who is better than him and try to beat him the next. So this is creating jealousy among them.
Yes.
I ignored these things. it was my mistake. But now it became in such a way that everything, whatever happens between them, they are fighting. That jealousy is growing.
Jealous is going on. So, according to Albert Ellis, who is founder of rational emotive behavior therapy, I'm trained in that, so I take example of him. So he says that jealous of a child can be converted into inspiration. So I want, as a teacher, you can work with the child and convert the jealous into inspiration. It's okay, but not unhealthy jealous. If it is converted, that's fine. You can work with the child in a healthy manner. Catch that energy and flow it into different directions. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Thank you.
Next question is from Sudhir sir. Shiva sir, please unmute.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah, thanks for this opportunity, ma'am. What I want to ask about my elder son, who is 8 years old. He always want to be player when he goes out for playing with something or join some competitions and all. He wanted to be always be in a safer side. Like he don't want to participate in a places where he can't win, and he always chooses his opponent to be I should say who is unmatured than him. Like he doesn't want to play with the high matured people or the people who can beat him or something like that.
Right.
So I always push him to participate in every game, but every game, every place, wherever we get an opportunity. But the point is, he only chooses the places and the games wherever he can win and try to get some medal or opportunity and all. I mean, certificate and wherever he doesn't get, and he keeps on disappointing. So you answered a similar question, but my point is, how should I make that habit of attaining every point, every opportunity, and try his best? How should
So
I
here we
inculcate
need
that
to
habit?
understood it. So here we need to understand what is stopping him from playing with people who are maybe stronger than him.
Fear of losing. He doesn't want to lose.
Yes.
That's the main point.
It is more of an anxiety, more of fear it is not fear, it is anxiety. Okay. So that anxiety ke upar kaam karna hai. We need to work on that anxiety or fear of failure, whatever you call. So then you also check for the factors behind that fear of failure. There could be parenting style which is actually coming in way. There could be other experiences of the child, other expectations of the child, parents or someone at home or teachers, that is actually pushing him into fear of failure. So, for example, maybe one example I can give, when the parents or the elders have that condition, you should win always, expectation of 100% success. So that actually creates the anxiety in the child. That's where fear of failure comes in. So he should feel secure and safe that if I lose, there is nothing happening. Is he safe psychologically? Check with the parents, check with the teachers, check with the experiences. If that comes, he do not have this.
Okay.
Don't push him. Don't push him. Pushing is not a solution for this. Working on the root cause, where from this fear of failure is coming up, उसके ऊपर काम करना है. Don't push just like that.
So you are suggesting like I should not encourage him to always participate, but try to talk to him and
wait, sir. Your ultimate agenda should be that only. Your goal should be that attempt or participating in every game is your ultimate agenda or goal, but not by pushing him, not by just trying to do that push, but actually working on the reasons behind the issue. That is what is my answer.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Have some more hands raised.
Yes, ma'am. Next question from Sakshan, sir. Shiva sir, please unmute.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I would like to ask a question about my elder son, who is 8 years old, and about the anger management of my son. And secondly, he's like, he always continuous running mind. I mean, like, he can't keep silent. Even while I got a complaint from PTM during PTM also, saying that he never sits in the class. He's always even writing notes. Also, he'll stand and write. So how do I manage these two things on him?
Yeah. So one was about his, he's very physically very active.
Yes, ma'am. He is very active, and even that activeness only we are trying to channelize him, like engaging him in some of the other activity. But still, even there are times when we can't, always keep him saying that do this or do that. So, and especially like I got a complaint, as I said, I got a complaint in the school also that he never sits at a place and like always an active person.
Yes, because so see, there are two situations for the child. One is hyperactivity dominated children or attention deficit children. Two ways two different types of children we come across. So this child seems to be hyper or just more active child. So as you already gave the answer in your question that you are channelizing his energy, so you need to work more on his energy levels, trying to give him that ventilation of emotion. There are so many activities where he can actually ventilate his emotions before even going to school. So calming down activities or ventilation of emotions, these energy levels. So these activities can help the child to calm down before he get into school. Number one. And the other one, you said he's having anger issues.
Yes, ma'am. He actually, for very small things, it is like in friends, it's very common. Like normally boys, when they talk to each other, they'll keep hands on their shoulders or come from back and just hit like that. Even for those things, he's reacting it at high anger level and like, why did you beat me or something? Which I feel, I'm getting that as a complaint from other parents as well. So like, how do I control those things?
मैम घर में किसी को एंगर इश्यूज है मैम आपके घर में बड़ों को?
No, ma'am. We are all like jovial. We are a nuclear family, ma'am. So me and my husband, and like maximum time we are like very.
No.
No,
Dada dadi ko?
no, no, ma'am. Not even that. They are also very joyful in nature, ma'am.
Okay.
Nothing as particular about that anger he is getting that.
No. Sometimes for the listeners from other people, just wanted to inform that when the child is having anger issues or aggression issues, check for the history. Check for the history because
I got you,
anger runs in the family. So let's check if it is a anger which is coming from the generations that need to be addressed more properly, more scientifically. But as you said, anger.
Sorry to interrupt you there, ma'am. Just sorry to interrupt you there. Actually, I just have a doubt because he goes to badminton coaching also. There he might have seen someone like those anger things and anger issues normally with friends or in between friends or something. And those fightings normally happens at there only in the coaching center only. Yeah, about the complaints that he's getting annoyed and he's replying so and so, losing and winning and.
Got it. As suggested by Chandu, let us keep it little crisp. So my point is here we need to see. There are two things: avoidance and approach. See here, you need to have two goals. Avoidance goal is avoiding or reducing the anger. Approach is increasing his ability to tolerate. So generally we focus on the avoidance goals. उसका एंगर कम होना है, उनका टेंशन कम होना है, उनका फियर कम होना है, अवॉइडेंस के ऊपर ज्यादा काम करते हैं. बट मैम जस्ट फोकस ऑन द अप्रोच गोल. Try to improve his tolerance, try to improve his teamwork ability, try to improve his cooperation skills, something like that. So that actually reduces.
But actually, ma'am, what I I got a good thing in the class that he is the most joyful person at class because he was not naughtiest in the sense a good naughtiness. which the other kids enjoy. When he does that, other kids are enjoying them. In fact, a day if he's not going or he's on leave, I get why he isn't come. Like the school was today very sad, the class was very sad. So
Right.
same child is like having anger issue is a bit, difficult to accept.
There is a word, ma'am, for your information. There is a word called context. Behavior in
Yes.
context. So
Yes, ma'am.
every behavior changes in context. Confidence, a child is confident at home, but not confident in the school. A child is confident in the school, but not confident on the dais. So every
Yes.
behavior you need to work in context. So accept. First acceptance आना है आपको थोड़ा आप थोड़ा denial में दिख रहा है. So please accept the child is having aggression at some context. So then work on it. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. We have couple of questions in chat box also. So she's Sindhuri, ma'am. My only daughter of 3 years old doesn't mingle with neighbors who we meet daily on her own, and she is more attached to family members and wants any family member to accompany her to the neighborhood play area. Is there a problem? If so, can I do anything to help her mingle with others on her own?
She's 3 years old, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is too early to decide whether she has a problem or something like that. Don't look at the child in that way. Please keep working on her social skills, interaction and communication and stuff. But at a point, maybe at a point, there are two types of personalities, two types of children, introverts and extroverts. There are people who are introvert, which is not abnormal. Many of us think introversion is bad. It's not bad, it's a type. If I ask you apple is good or orange is good, both are good, both are fruits. So introversion and extraversion are like that. So it's okay if the child is not mingling or if the child is enjoying the smaller groups, if the child is keeping with, working with the machines than the people, that's nothing wrong. Just be with the child. You're on mute. You're on mute? I don't know. I'm not able to listen to you.
Hello, am I audible? Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Next question is from Swapna, ma'am. Shiva sir, please unmute her.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon, everybody. So, ma'am, other than apart from all these questions, I have one more question is, I have two girl child. So, how to make them mentally strong? Actually, school they'll be teaching is like what are the like good touch, bad touch, and everything. But how should I parent them in such a way that they should not go in a negative way, like the rest of the world is not good like that, but how to make it sensible that we have to be careful, mentally strength, and like I'm working actually. So when I am not available, like maybe it is 4 hours or 5 hours not available other than school, like I'll be coming by 6 o'clock. The school finishes at 3:30. So in these 3 hours, I'll be little tensed, like the children go to singing class, dance class, tuition, and all those things. So how should I prepare them mentally strong to to have a good good understanding of the society, rather I can say.
Yeah. So, ma'am, I can empathize with you being a parent working and not able to, be with them for short that time. You are worried about the child safety is absolutely normal, which most of us will have when the children are at home. But as you said, you want to make them stronger. I just replace the word stronger with they should be more vigilant, more careful, more aware than confident. Confident comes later, but being aware, being conscious, being alert is more important because we never know. As you said, there are so many threats now. That is one thing. So making them aware, alert, and vigilant, those things are more important. So educate them about the physical safety and psychological safety, both. So generally what happens is when they have actually threat, they are not comfortable with someone in the class, somewhere in the class, and someone is actually not behaving in a proper way. Major problem comes because I see many cases of sexual abuse cases. The children doesn't come and tell the parents because they do not feel safe telling the mother or father. So they hide. They have that fear of communicating. They are not opening up with the parent. What they do, they continue going to the same tuition, same class, same whatever place. So there actually chances of abuse are growing. So first foremost important thing is open the window for communication with the children and tell them that you are safe. I am open. I'm non-judgmental. I'm not going to, my love is unconditional. वो आपको दिखाना है, बोलना नहीं, दिखाना है. You need to show it, prove it to the child. So if they are not comfortable somewhere, so they will come and teach us, tell you, share with you, so that you can help them. But many cases are, abuse cases are going on, are happening because the children are not actually opening with the parents. They're not sharing. There are cases, the issue of sexual abuse is shared with me at the age of 32 years, 25 years, 26 years. They come and ask me about it. They come and discuss with me and they say, ma'am, this is the first time I'm talking to someone. I have never shared this. See that, so this is important. And
so here, my bothering is, ma'am, actually they're open to me. That is good for me. But simply if the father comes and beats also, they say that mommy, daddy has done a bad touch. So actually, I'm saying that if it is done by others or the family members who is normal one also, they should not treat it as a negative thing. Like how to tell them that, like how to categorize that. No, Nana, this is not good. This person is good. This person
so
is not. I can't.
Sorry to stop. So first thing is you need to educate yourself. You need to become skillful in teaching good touch and bad touch. So recently there was a teacher. Her intentions are good. Her intention was to teach the good touch and bad touch to the school children. And she showed some video. And that became a big issue in the school. And she was thrown away from the school and it became a very big case. Parents came onto the school to fight and said, how you can show that video? See, because she's not trained, she found some video in the internet, download kar diya, dikha diya. And all the children started speaking something very different. So that became an issue. So there are people who are trained, Amma, who are trained in teaching. So I think you need to approach them to teach them, not we can do it.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to invite Chandrasekhar, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. You have honored my hand raise finally.
You're waiting for so long.
Yeah. So we have another 4 minutes, ma'am. We are starting things on time and concluding on time also. That's the culture we want to build. So first and foremost, I really want to acknowledge every parent who has taken their time out and joined here. I request all of you to be in that acknowledgement that, you are here to further your parenting abilities, right? And to deepen it further, Geetha ma'am, with our fly Geetha ma'am and myself, we have been thinking about advancing the parenting of, each of the fly parents as well. So in that context, Geetha ma'am has started one course from several years. Now we want to specially make it available even for the parents of fly. So these workshops are called as Spurti workshops, positive parenting. So Geetha ma'am, I invite you if you can just give us 1-2 minutes of time. There are still some more questions in the online form that we've sent and a few in the chat window also. Some of them are personally sending me. So I think, whoever is interested further, maybe Geetha ma'am, you can share about what is it that we are doing in this positive parenting workshop that you have planned.
Right. So,
Can you just share that?
as we, we see every profession, we have a training program. Teacher is trained, driver is trained, beautician is trained, psychologists are trained. Every profession, we have a training program before we even start the training or profession. But the big responsibility, the huge responsibility of parenting, we do not have training. So in this context, I thought there should be some place where parents also should have a school. So there should be a school for parents also, so that they will learn something and go back as a good parents. So in this process, it's a long-term goal to have a school for parents. Maybe in the future we can have a school and you can join as a student. But now we thought of we are conducting a training program called Spurti, Positive Parenting Program, 40 hours program. So which will run around 2.5 months. And you're not disturbing your routine. You're not coming physically. Only weekends, that too evenings. So we are conducting this on Friday and Saturday evenings from 4 to 5:30 and 4 to 5. Like that timings will be given. Yeah, we have this. So totally every week we are spending 3 hours of time. That's it. So weekly 3 hours of your time. But the content covered, you have lot to do in that week. Your observations of your child, your experiences with the child, logging some issues. So that will be like that entire week, you are actually become very alert and aware. So in this 3 hours or in this entire Spurti, what we do is we are not trying to give you theories of parenting, theory of child development, theories of child psychology. I'm not teaching those things to you because you don't need them. Being a parent, you want practical tips, practical understanding of a child, and practical methodology to help the child. It's not that I can tell you stop watching TV. You remove the TV from your house. It's easy to tell, but it's not so easy. Grandparents are there. So what I am doing is in this course, we are giving you practical methods and ways of dealing with the child, number one. Number two, I am actually giving or demoing lot of role plays where a parent will come as a client or, talk to me and all the others can actually listen. What happens is one parent's question can be your answer or one parent's question can be your question. So those role plays are there. And we have, actually, I believe in story methodology. So there are so many sensitive stories. There are so many, touching stories. One story is enough for your entire, parenthood. So we are actually using the parenting story methodology, and role plays are there, brainstorming is there, activity methods are there, and you as a parent, how to handle your stress. Actually, I am going to every session, we have 10 minutes of complete mindfulness and relaxation, which actually helps you to calm down. As I told you, emotionally you should be balanced so that you can help your children. So that emotional balance, emotional ventilation, calming down will happen within the session with us. So when we do, see 1 plus 1, people say 1 plus 1 is 2, but I say 1 plus 1 is 11. So when we work together, when we listen together, when we are together, energy बढ़ जाता है. So that's what is parenting. That 2 hours of 3 hours every week actually gives you a lot of energy to build your capacity or capability to be a parent. So the sessions will be very informative. I speak Telugu, Hindi, English, multilingual. So don't worry that I don't just speak in English. I can speak. मैं तेलुगु में माట్లాडता हूँ, मैं हिंदी में भी बात करती हूँ, तो सबको मालूम हो जाएगा. You can ask questions and lot of interaction. So yeah, it's an initiative. Let's see.
Thank you so much, Geetha ma'am. See, when I look at as a child, right? So he has multiple influences. One is the school, which Fly is right now able to contribute whatever vision that we are having and going in good direction. The other set of it is the parents aspect. Third set of is the society, media, and other influence, which we have limited say or absolutely no say at all also. So let us cover these two dimensions of, one is the Fly schooling aspect. Second is the parenting aspect. As Geetha ma'am told, if you have to change a job, where you may work for 1 year, 2 year, or maximum 4, 5 years, or very, very few completely long term, how much hard we prepare for us to crack that. And for each one of you, the most important thing in your lives are your children. How much time are we investing in educating our own self to nurture them holistically and beautifully? Right. So with that context, I invite each and every parent of Fly to take this time, energy, and resources to fully participate in this Spurti parenting workshops. So you also shared one right now, just one message. I request all of you, 1.5 hour of session has happened. We want this to translate into actions and transformation to yourself and your children. That can only happen when you are very specific about what did you take away from this session. Okay. So in this Google form, you'll have at least write 3 points which you are taking on from today, from now, which you will be implementing for your children. Right. And I also take this opportunity to sincerely thank Dr. Geetha Challa ma'am. Ma'am, I know how occupied you are. Yesterday itself, her daughter was coming from US and she is into so many things. Despite all of that, you chose to be here with us and sharing your knowledge with
Mindfully.
her. Thank
I'm
you.
sitting mindfully.
You're sitting.
Nothing there in mind.
Awesome. So,
Completely for you.
Flies Geetha ma'am also wanted to share something. Geetha ma'am, Shiva, can you just spotlight her for a minute?
Hello, hi Geetha ma'am. Hello,
Geetha
all
Fly.
of us over here. So I'm no, in the interest of time, I'll run through. I'm a graduate of Spurti Positive Parenting Workshops. I am a thorough graduate of that. And just last time when I spoke to Geetha ma'am, I was telling her, why are we not starting the next batch? And I'm so happy that it is happening right from the 9th of Feb. And I invite each and every parent, whether you are a part of Fly or not, this is a course that you should do. You will not regret having invested your time, effort, and money in this. This is my word to you that you will not regret this. The way it has been structured is very, very insightful. Very insightful. Like, I am not a parent, but I can vouch for it. So just look at how insightful it could be. So I invite all our parents, all our teachers, anybody dealing with children in their environment, each and every one is to be a part of this. That's all I had to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
Awesome.
the trust.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Geetha ma'am. Yes, I think there are a few questions. It's an online course, Priya ma'am.
Yeah, we can take some questions on the course itself if they have.
Yeah. We'll just extend this for another 5 minutes. If you have any questions on the course, please feel free to ask.
And they will be listening for 40 hours entire. And then,
yeah. Listening for 40 hours is not enough. If you are just coming to listen, don't come, I'll say.
Yeah.
Use those and implement as Geetha ma'am was sharing earlier, right? And you become those whenever you want to interact, very few hands keep raising. But this Zoom ma'am, Geetha ma'am, this Zoom, lot of people had so many questions. Normally what happens after 10-15 minutes of a Zoom thing, hands will be down. Oh, it's almost that kind of thing. As it is going on, we are continuing to have questions.
Yes.
They are hungry
Good
for
response.
transformation.
Parents are very interactive. Good response from parents. I appreciate. Because you ask questions, then only I can answer. So it's both ways.
Yeah. Sure. Any concluding remarks, Geetha ma'am? And after that, Priyanshu ma'am, you can formally conclude. Yeah, over to you, Geetha ma'am.
So, only one thing I should coming in my mind is, child is like a very delicate pot which is made up of glass, very delicate pot. That too made up of glass. So it's very important to handle with care. You cannot take a chance to neglect the child or just overlook the child, or just say that ho jayega, school mein ho jayega. Nahi hoga. Even 1 day or 1 hour of your just chalega, nahi chalega, there are chances of breaking. Once the child's life, when in the below 12 years, basically I talk about 12 years psychoanalysis it's actually Sigmund Freud says only below 6 years, but I take it as 12 years. Chalo. It's very, very tender, very delicate. So be careful. I know it's not that, we tell as a parents, you are all responsible, you feel responsible, but what is happening is we tend to get into many things. मल्टीपल रोल्स में जाके थोड़ा नेग्लिजेंस आ रहा है. So please handle with care. That's the only last sentence I say. Handle with care in all aspects of your child's life. That's it. That's it. बोलना है तो बहुत बोल सकते parents को.
Awesome. Thank you. Priyanshu ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So some of the questions we have received through Google form also. So ma'am can those answer we can have through Spurti, right? Sir?
Yes, I think most of them will surely be covered and much more than their questions, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. So now we are ending with the session. I would like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Geetha Challa ma'am and all others who have joined for the session and be here with us. Thank you, ma'am, for your kind support, suggestions, and guidance given to us and when required. I am sure you are feeling enriched with knowledge after this session. Hope you all have a great time ahead. Thank you once again, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. God bless you, Chandra and Geeta. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Bye. Yeah. So whoever is there, we request you to finish off that Google form also and then exit. Thank you. Yeah.